Welcome back to another episode of Timberborn in the village of Beaver. We are cycle 15, day 15, with just under 5 days left in this bear tide. Last episode we were working on automating our bad water system, and actually we found out that it doesn't quite work yet, because if we look over here, we can close this suit. Over here we just simply don't have enough edges to work all of this flow through here. So we need something with dynamite, like over here, like get it all staggered, I think. Like, yeah, so we get just simply more edges from where the water can flow. And also over here, I think 1, 2, no, not a 3 there, a 2 I should say. Having here a 2, a 1, and I think a 1 over here. And over here I think a 3. And then a 2 over there. And a 1 over there. This should probably... now 1 over here I think. And we can add a 1 here. And maybe a 2's over there. Well, we should just pause all of this. Make them low. Well, just pause them outright so we don't get any beavers with stupid ideas to try and get in there. But let's get started. We are also putting in here some dynamite so we can actually get things flow. Yeah, get the flow over here as big as we beaverly can. Oh, don't need to pause this. Yes, they are working from both sides over here. Once this tree is gone, we can add this part back so we can actually collect all of these trees. It's a waste to throw them away, I think. Over here we are working on making our reservoir bigger. Because, well, we do have plenty of water, but we do run out of water at the end of a bad tide or a drought. So we might as well try to see if we can collect all that we can. And over here it might be interesting, because during a bad tide or a drought we can't use these water wheels, and we are running low of power. During a bad tide, which is more, well, at least then out of 2 of the 3 seasons, we have flow over here. So let's put in a water wheel. We can fit one over here, and we can fit one over there. And it is connected to our explosive factories, which is connected to the centrifuge, which is plugged into our large wood mill. This should be able to produce plenty. We don't need this scrap metal pile anymore. We should place it closer to our smelters. And we might as well just put in a underground one. So this connects a couple of our things and make this scrap metal. Look, we got power over here. That's 120 horsepower. and we can't fit anything over here. Can fit something over here. We could also replace this and put them like over here. But 114 horsepower 2 times. It's almost 200 horsepower combined. It should work. It is something, right? It is something is more than nothing. Over here, this is all finished. This water will evaporate somewhat, not completely, but it is what it is. Over here they are working. How far are they actually? Let's see. Oh, you can actually blow it up. Giving us a little bit more edges over here. Can blow this bit up. And here one more piece of dynamite. And then we can blow that up. Doesn't change anything over here, but anything is helpful. Now, well, it is something. And as soon as we are getting the good water back, we can actually go in here and lay down these dynamites to get more edges, so we have more available flow to lead away from here. The other option is to actually build a wall over here, on top of here, and make a higher thing, but I think that's a little bit of a waste of materials. Let's first see if using the dynamite is actually an option. Last episode we extended our farm. We did lose some of our farmland because we got some nasty water in here, which we tried to avoid, but we didn't quite manage to. Over here we are waiting for them to put in some dynamite, so we can place in here another large underground pile so we can store more logs, like all of these oak trees that aren't being cut down because our storage is completely full. This is now scrap metal, so they can all... It is a long way from over here, but they have the zipline station, and this zipline station is not that far from the underground pile. So we are in the last day of the drought. So things are looking good. We got the power over here. Yeah, this is only 3 CMS, I think. So it isn't as much flow as we would get as through here or something. Or doing a bat ride to here, this number would be insane. But we have run out of dynamite. So let's put this one back in action so we can produce the dynamite a little bit quicker. Yeah, our raw storage is still lacking, but when these are filling up, like our bread, our carrots, mainly the potatoes, you will see that this storage will fill up, because they pull them out of the ground and then don't just put them in the storage. Our beavers now got a medium tank close by, so when they wake up or go to bed very close to their home, there is a spot for them to drink the water. And yes, the bad side has ended. We probably... Let's see how this will... Oh, a lot of the bad water actually has... Let's close it, open up this. Very soon this should open up. The contamination gets lower and lower. Yeah, we are getting a little bit of contaminated water in here, but it will dissolve. And this, well, let's just open it. And now we can unpause all of these dynamite. We need them for them away in here. So let's rebuild these stairs actually. And high prioritize all of this. We also need a way in here. I think we need to build some stairs in there. Oh. Staircase in there. And they should give them a bit of range to put in these bits. And then when we have blown up all of this, we can give it a little bit of a trial run by closing this up and this, and see how well it would actually blow up over here. They have built the stairs. That's good. We are just waiting for explosives. No, wrong button. This water has stabilized. That's good. Water's flow got back in here. Let's also get some water in this system. This one, this still has some level of contamination in there, but 2%. I don't mind that. Oh wait, this doesn't seem... Yes, this will overflow this unit. Over here, we can blow this bit up, giving us more edges. And this should mean we are capable of actually... I did not do the math, so I could be completely and utterly wrong about this, but it is a way of finding out, and isn't trial and error the most fun way of trying to figure out if something works? So only 2 more pieces. Too far out of range. This staircase is not in the right place. Let's see, where do I need to build my staircase? Or do I just need to build... Yeah. Let's just use a ladder. Here it's 1 more. And then, yes, we are producing... We have enlarged our range for our farm. That's good. We can pause the fluid dump for now, until we got another drought or a bad tide. And things are looking splendid. We are waiting for them over here. And then the next big task would be, where do we put our dirt excavator? Yes, this is all blown. This can all be blown up. You can see more edges over here. So we can blow this up and this over here. So let's see. Close it off. Close it off. And then we need to open all of these. And we should be able... Because if this doesn't work, which it seems to not be able to work, we need to do something different. Build a tower around all of these. Cap them off and then... Yeah, this doesn't work. So let's open these back up. And yes, these ones should be open. So we're not overflowing again. And yeah, we are going to need a different way of building. We need sluices, I think, over here. 3 of them will be fine. Levees. Need to close it up. No, next one over there. And then we need our overhangs to create something that's all kept off. So I don't think building these things are quite right. So we have a drought approaching. Well, that's not the worst thing that could happen. In fact, it is better because it gives us... Well, let's slow time down a bit so we got some time to think. So, what we need to do. We need our overhangs. And I think 6 ones, 3000 signs, yes, unlock them. And over here should put this, yes. And over here I 5. We don't have enough signs for that yet, but we are in the right direction. Then with levees we need to close this all off. And over here we need and just like over here we need levees for good water. Yes. And then we need the over here. Yes. We are getting somewhere. And we need to cap them off using impermeable floor over here. And then with levees we can build on top of it. And yeah, give them 2 layers probably, I'm thinking. And impermeable floor on top of here. This is 2 deep. 1 deep. And levees, yes. over here. And then we can put in levees also in here. And keep these levees over there to remove all the bad water. That's all they're gonna do. And then we put in no, this needs to be one high, I think. Yes, one. I went one too many. That's one too high. These can be gone. And then we can put back in here these. And that, yes, then they are at the same height. Two of them in there. Oh, I like this idea. I like this. Something over here. Too high over there. Then we need the science. Build up some more science to build that five length overhang. Can put it over there. Well, let's actually get them going on that science. Put in impermeable floor over there, and most importantly over here. And then we can use some sluices. I think, well, we need enough flow, so we should a 3x3 place. Yeah, we can then remove these levees. Put in sluices over here, over there, over there, and over there. And these then will only produce, well, will only put out the clean water. Maybe too high. Well, let's just try a stack of too high. And then put over there impermeable floor. Set them up to close above contamination 1%. All of them. That should make our system foolproof. Well, no, automatic. As long as we are able to actually build this before the next bad tide. Well, the good thing is we actually are able to do that. So, well, this would be easier. Build a part on top of there. Yeah, we probably need a little bit of a step. Might as well just use these ones, so we can actually go on top of it. We are going to need a whole lot of metal for this, but I don't think that's too big of an ask. We got 142 blocks of metal They are prioritized all by the haulers. But we might need to build a little bit more metal production. That's fine. We now got power on this side. And we got our underground ruins. So let's place in 1, 2. We can place in 2 more of these smelters, giving us 5 units, 5 metal producing facilities. Ooh, we can blow this up. But we only need to delete this stair so we can place in a 1 high dynamite there. Yes. They are building everything. Are we producing signs? Yes, we are. We are just 17 vacancies. Well, what? They are probably... Well, now we do 7 vacancies. Yes, this seemed to be working. Got... For here we can almost fit in that big facility. We just need... No, wrong button again. Give them a little bit of access to this double dynamite. And then we can fit in another big underground wood pile for the logs. In the meantime, we only have 2 scrap metal. Because we only have 2 of them working over here. So let's... To get more... No, wrong place to build it. Come on, mates. To give them a bit more access to... Well, just get more scrap metal. Because we have run out. We only have 145 blocks of metal, and we're going to need a lot. And I mean a lot. Like an actual lot. I think they can reach everything. It's just a case of needing metal. 1.8, 550. Would that actually fit? I think that would. And then over here. And some impermeable floor, and we should have all access around here. And they should be able to build all around here. They should be able to build everything from over here. Yes. So they can just go ahead on building all of that. And we should then probably give them a little bit of a pile for... Let's put them over here. Couple of piles. Put in stairs. 1 for metal blocks set to obtain. 1 for planks to obtain. 1 for logs obtain. And another one. Do they need over here more? Well, just logs. So, yes. Now things are looking good. It's just stuff we can actually pause because we don't need it. The maple pastries, we aren't really producing a lot of them. I think we can pause them. The grilled chestnuts, we are using them, but I think we can just pause them for now. Over here they need to be built first, so science I think we can do without them for a bit. The paper mill can be paused. This isn't doing anything because our storage is full, so oh yeah. Can go ahead, one gatherer, pause one over here, one over there. So now our jobs are all filled. And triple the speed so they can actually maybe get something done. Prioritize those bud haulers. So get stuff built, yes. Things are looking good. We have 6.9k of water thanks to our bigger, well-built, large tanks. So yeah, things are actually looking good. I mean, it is a big build process, but I think this should work. They have already started, so yes. I mean, these things take a lot of material, so it is not something we get to do quickly. But they have started at least. That's the good thing. And I'm just really curious how things are all going to work out as soon as this is finished. We have 0.7 days left before the drought starts. This is looking good. We are getting a bigger stock of potatoes. Wheat is still running a bit low, but that takes time because wheat takes 10 days to actually grow. Longer than a full-on wet season, actually, that is. Oh, we could have built something like a dam over here to keep some water in here, but I don't think that's quite necessary. We do, when the drought starts, need to start unpause this fluid dump. Our well-being is pretty nice. And over here, can we blow this up? No, they haven't actually done this one, but we can blow this up. And over here. And this gives us a bit more volume. Oh, no, don't need to pause it. And we can always, when this is starting to run a bit low, we can release some water from here back into this reservoir. They're mainly working over here. One levee is in there. Yeah, they do have. Yeah. Let's prioritize. Prioritize those by the haulers. Got 32 scrap metal that is hovering around. At a positive, got these two built. So now we got 5 metal factories to produce a lot of metal. Yeah, and then this it will just take time. So we had a 19-day drought. Not too bad. We had 19-day droughts before and we survived, so we got 3.8k of food. Just they need to build that one, but it's not a high priority thing. And then in the future we probably should also think about extending over here, making sure we actually can grow more chestnuts and more maples. We have run out of, we don't have any power over here because the wind isn't blowing. It isn't a bad tide, so there's no power coming from these water wheels. The grist mill needs to be running so we can actually produce wheat flour. Paper, wheat flour. This is wheat. This is plank storage. We should also get somewhere over here grilled chestnuts, maple pastries, potatoes, carrots. I have raw potatoes. This one can be changed to cactus flour. No, wheat flour. Yes, this is working because we got some water in here. It is not a lot of water because it is... Oh, let's raise it so the evaporation is separated. Because we don't have that much flow around here. We don't actually fill this up quite well anymore. This we have pumped out this already one tile, so let's just fill it back up. And then we can close it again. This, how far did we put in the last one? No, we haven't. We just need to actually finish this one. But over here, oh, they are working fast. They are working fast. It is probably the metal that is going to be lacking. At least, luckily, we have some storage over here, so the builder beavers can actually access things. Yes, look at them go. Look at them go. Yes. I like this. I like it. These are the things we actually want to see in Timberborn, I think. Building big things, not knowing if it actually is going to work. Luckily they got the zipline station close by. So they can actually grab other metals, the haulers, very quickly to put stuff back into the piles. Yeah. Now over here, one thing I should have done is these two wheat flowers, they should be set to supply. So the haulers can take all of that to this one, which is close by to our bakery. And bread can be made even more quickly. Well, we do have a good stock of bread. And our grilled potatoes is actually looking amazing. Sunflower seeds also starting to look better and better. Let's put this back to planting. Yeah. This one isn't built yet. I want this to blow up. So get someone over here to actually make that. Smack your hammer. Yes. Now we can blow this up. awesome. And this gives us, I mean, this increased quite a bit of our surface area, I think. And the next step is actually blowing something over here up. But this is our main project. Let's see, where should we actually build? Do we have easy access to power? And also somewhere we can actually place our dirt excavator. Because it is a big building. I think probably here is the wisest idea. Do need 2,000 signs for that. So it's probably better if we unpause the observatory. We also need 1,000 signs to unlock the terrain blocks. We're having a bit of a dead wave. Got 15 vacancies. We got 8 open beds. So over here we probably also should build some well-being stuff. So let's see, decoration. Scrubs. Let's build them in there. And there, can they actually reach this? Yes, they can. Should give them a... Can they build? Can I reach this? Yes. So the beaver sleeping in here, getting a well-being boost. What is that now? More that statics bullet hole. We don't have unlimited signs. We should lantern, yes. We can place those in random spots. What we can access over here. And we should really also build one of the monuments, but I think there are more pressing things to actually build. Well, you have cut down everything you can. How far can you reach? Well, you can't reach those trees. So, we have almost run through this metal. That's not good. Not good at all. But let's put in... Let's get them to actually... 4 of them to collect all of those. Oh, we can blow this up. Yes. And over here they still have some metal to collect. And where is some more metal without building an entire underground ruins? Let's look over the map. This is a large chunk, but it is very far away. This is a small chunk. It's a small bit. No, I think after that we actually need to go and build the underground ruins, but that's 4,000 science. Oof. 350 gears, 250 logs, and 200 treated planks, and it needs a steady supply of treated planks. We only have one wood workshop, so we need to build another one. That's not something I am willing to do. But how much metal do we still have? We have 101 metal blocks. How much with the scrap metal we have? 2 scrap metal turns into 1 metal block. So we have 150 metal blocks basically in raw storage. And then this is 53 to 17, 14, 18. It's 45, 15, 30, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. So let's say 250 raw metal, so 125 units. 70 units of metal blocks over here. Should be able to, I think. Oh wait, I should, one thing is, yes, I should pause one sluice so they don't get stuck inside on building stuff they shouldn't be building. And 5 injured beavers. We either need more beavers or we need more. Yeah, we probably need a bit more beavers. Where can I fit some more beaver houses? Let's delete those 2. And fit one over here, one over there. You can fit one over there. This can be deleted. This we can fit in a staircase over there. They already get the benefits. This would give us, well, you minus 6. One of these lodges is 3 beavers sleeping there. This is 6, so this is replacing both of these lodges. And we got 2 more, so should give us 12 more beavers. Autosave, getting things glitchy, always nice. These ones, they are, we've down 1 layer to 1 layer of water. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Well, we do have plenty of water, so just pause those beavers. Gives us 6 more working beavers back. And things are looking good over here. They are working. Luckily, they don't need to build us in like a line because that takes ages. This does go quite quickly. But it does take time. Luckily we have those 5, well, We have run out of all of our bad water, so we might as well just pause all of our bad water production line, giving us some more beavers back to do some stuff. Gears is almost fully up. We need the plank, so let's unlock two more lumber mills. Food situation is looking perfectly fine. Let's unpause the grilled chestnuts, and we can pause the grilled potatoes because we got 1.3k of tomatoes. That's plenty for them. It seems like this water range doesn't quite reach all the way over there. That's sad, but it is what it is. And yeah, our science isn't working up too quickly, but we are up to 880. But our biggest priorities for the next episode is to build our dirt excavator. It's a next episode thing, not a now thing. Ooh, this is almost completely used. Only 22 metal scavenging. So you can be deleted. 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 And you can be deleted. And then these can be prioritized. And also we should give them a small pile set to supply for the scrap metal, so the builders don't have to walk all the way over here to our zipline station and then go to the big storage system. The haulers can do that. And I think we are going to finish this before the drought ends. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Because these can be set to close then. These can be set to closed. Let's... No. Yes. All apart from this row shouldn't be... Yes, because these three are the ones actually pouring out all of the bad water during a bad tide. And the rest of them should just be closed at all times. I do wonder how that is going to work. We only have 10 vacancies, so one of... No, I don't want the builder's huts to have no beavers in them. Because we are building a lot. Our planks are still keeping low, so let's unpause all of the other plank buildings. Pause this gear maker. Don't need any more gears. Are not producing enough power, but and then job wise, is everything well, 8 jobs? Well, we do got more beaver capacity, so 27 beavers. They do need to grow up first, but you know, a lot of things we are building need planks, so and we've pretty much ran out of planks. Over here they can collect all this scrap metal. These can be deleted. These can be set to empty. They can collect and they can be prioritized by the haulers. So we won't run out of metal blocks, and I don't think metal blocks is the big issue over here. The big issue is planks and the lack of power we have to produce planks. It's not a lack of trees, we have all the trees we need. Over here we can actually now build our underground pile for logs. Lowest priority because we don't actually need this to be built right away. Well, they are going to put in the planks and the gears in that. Just not, well, the logs and the gears, not the planks and the gears. That's something we don't quite need. And let's see. What is the time? I think I might be recording for more than an hour. So we do need to make an end to this episode. Well, 3 more beaver days and then this episode will be over. The end of the drought. This, I think, needs... Yeah, the overhang needs to still be built, and this platform it's mostly needing planks, just like these sluices. We got about 10 planks, we got power, they are making them. Just about enough power to produce them. Well, we don't quite need all that metal anymore, so we can pause 2 of those smelters, get those beavers doing something else and not getting injured. Well, we only have 1 injured beaver, that's a good thing. So let's take a look over here. Things are working well. They've built all the necessary sluices, just not the one that I paused, so well, that's the last thing they need to build. I don't want them to get stuck. Yeah, 16 planks, oh. I hope they can produce enough those 2 days. But remember, let's do the end of episode things right now. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. I really enjoy making these episodes. I love this game. It is my favorite game to play at the moment. Still is. Has been for a couple of years now. I'm still terrible at it. I know. But you can write that down in the comments if you want. So I hope that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get a notification when I upload new episodes. Really easy for you then to, you know, find it back in your feed. Give this video a like if you think, yes, more people should see this video. More people having opinions about a beaver game. And yeah. Oh, we can unpause these. There's 2 more sluices and then we're done. That's awesome. And then we can actually try it out during the end of the episode. These can be set to permanently open. And yeah. And don't forget, I also have a short series where I am hunting a shiny Trico in Pokemon Omega Ruby. So, another reason for you to subscribe, so you get it in your short feed, those things a bit more quick. Yes, we can delete those, pick up those materials, and then at the start of the drought we can actually see if this works. I'm really curious if this works. This is almost finished. Someone just needs to... Yes, it is finished. And it should be watertight. Well, the term is should. It is... But we have all seen how I build things. Mistakes are really easy for me to make. And we have 1.8k signs, so we almost have enough signs for the next episode to build the... what's it called? Dirt excavator. So, 0.3 days left. And then we should have a working bed water diversion that actually works. I don't want to guarantee anything, but should be working. And we have 11 beavers. Well, we can put them back in here. That are doing nothing. Let's unpause these. Pause a couple of those. Unpause these. Yes, water is flowing over here. Shouldn't overflow. Why are these leaking? Set to close below contamination. That's the one I need. Yes. It is working. Nice. So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And have a very good rest of your day. Goodbye.